Members of Parliament, support staff, radio listeners, TV viewers, all those viewing this meeting via social media, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I welcome you to this Central Committee meeting for today, Monday, September the 8th, 2025. This is Central Committee meeting number 25. We have established a quorum of 9 members, and I invite you to stand for a moment of silence. Thank you. We don't have any notifications received prior to this meeting about this meeting, so I ask if there are any notifications from the floor of Parliament. I see MP Myers requesting the floor, and I give you the floor now for notifications, MP Myers.
Good morning, Madam Chair, and to my colleagues here in Parliament, to those of you listening by any forms of social media, and to those of you in the Tribune, good morning. I would like to extend my sincerest condolences to the Williams and Jones family on the passing of their beloved and my beloved friend, Denise Williams, who passed away last week suddenly. And I wish the families God comfort and strength during this very difficult time. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, MP Myers, for that notification, and I join you in your words of condolences to the family of the late Denise Williams. The next member of Parliament to make use of notifications is MP Lacruz. MP Lacruz, you have the floor.
A blessed morning, Madam Chair, Lady Griffier, my fellow colleagues, and those listening on social media. Madam Chair, Lady, I'd like to echo the sentiments of my previous speaker and send out condolences to the Jones and Williams family. I know Carlton must be in a lot of grief, his kids, her kids, and that they know that we are here, and to give a listening ear or comfort. Madam Chair, Lady, also a big shout out to the fire department on the airport yesterday for a swift and job well done. No problems at all, something beyond our control. And when something is done properly, I say it, and very good reaction from government right away to go down, assess, and take care of the situation. Thank you, Madam Chair, Lady.
Thank you, MP Lacruz. The next MP to speak during notifications is MP Roseburg. MP Roseburg, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Blessed week to all my colleagues present here today. Also would like to wish a blessed week to the people of St. Martin. Other than that, I would like to take the opportunity and notifications to congratulate my dear colleague MP Waver with his birthday, Virgo, just like myself, so good people. Other than that, I got the opportunity to read during Literacy Week month, actually, to the children of the Max School, 3rd grade students. It was really nice to see these bright students, reading to them, speaking to them, encouraging them. So good way to start a new week. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, MP Roseburg. And the next MP to speak is MP Lewis, to whom I give the floor now. MP Lewis, you have the floor.
Good morning, Honorable Chair Lady. Good morning to my colleagues here in Parliament. Good morning, St. Martin. Madam Chair, I would like to echo the sentiments of condolences to the Williams and Jones family. I had the privilege of working with both sisters, Jerisha, not only as a police officer, but my classmate in high school, also a colleague at the airport with her sister, Jonelle. Madam Chair, it is really sad because I had the privilege of also speaking with Ms. Williams just a few weeks ago at the town hall meeting that was held in Sucker Garden with regards to the GB crisis. We sat for a moment, we talked, and it's unfortunate how life can be so tragic and sudden. And that's one of the reasons I keep reminding people that we should always live good. Madam Chair, I would also like to wish my colleague publicly a happy birthday. I love birthdays because it's a blessing. It's something that we do not earn, but we are granted the opportunity to see another day, another year. So I wish him all the best and that he may enjoy his day. Madam Chair, as well, I would like to mention I have started the initiative in meeting the people of the general public, and I will continue to have the general public, I invite them and encourage them to make contact with my person via email and my staff for appointments. Friday, we had in here like a doctor office. We had about 14 individuals from the public, and it is good that we continue doing such and giving the people the attention that they so need. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, MP Lewis. MP La Cruz, you have a brief note to add to your notification? Yes. You may.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair Lady. It would have been very disrespectful of me to not wish, and I forgot to wish my colleague, MP Waver, a very happy birthday. And I'll also like to shout out to my sister-in-law. It's also her birthday, Gigi Kreithoff, that is MP Viren's girlfriend. A happy birthday. Thank you, Madam Chair Lady.
Thank you, MP La Cruz. Members of Parliament, in closing the notifications, of course, I join my colleagues in wishing our Member of Parliament, MP Chris Waver, a very happy and blessed birthday today. On behalf of all of us, the staff here at Parliament, we wish you a blessed birthday. And all others celebrating their birthday, may you also have a wonderful birthday today, and all the best for the coming years. The members of Parliament, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your notifications. And we go over to the agenda points for this Central Committee meeting of Parliament. We have two agenda points. Both regard the travel of the President of Parliament. The first one being a travel to Ghana in November. This invitation and the explanation is registered on the IS 1368, members of Parliament. It is dated August the 26th. The second, thank you. The second one is the approval, again, of travel, and this time for the President, and this time it is to participate in 2 UN side events in New York at the UN headquarters. This invitation and explanation is registered on the IS 1396, and it's dated September the 1st. Those agenda points are actually reversed, so the one I mentioned second is the first agenda point, and the one I mentioned first is the second agenda point. So going over to agenda point number 1, as I mentioned, this invitation was received under IS 1396, and it's dated September the 1st. The invitation received is also explained under that document, and it is to participate in a high-level luncheon commemorating the commissioning of the Science-Based Solutions Pact for Sustainable Development. As I mentioned, it takes place in New York on the 23rd of September. This event will serve as a platform for high-level dialogue and collaboration in advancing the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, with particular emphasis on the commissioning of a flagship initiative under SDG 6, clean water and sanitation, while also recognizing the interlinkages with health, education, gender equality, and other cross-cutting goals. It is in addition to the invitation received to participate as a special guest speaker at the 2025 First Ladies Becoming High Level forum to mark the 2025 UN Day of Peace that will take place on September the 22nd. Members of Parliament, as I mentioned, this is document IS 1396 and of course can be found on Parliament General Team. The delegation will consist of the Secretary General of Parliament, Mr. Richardson, and myself. Does any member require the floor on this topic? I don't see that being necessary, so this proposal is approved. Going over to the agenda point number 2 is the approval of the travel for the President accompanied by the Secretary General to the 3rd International Conference on Gender Equality. It is to be held from November the 20th to the 22nd, 2025 in Accra, Ghana, and is registered on the IS 1368, dated August the 26th. This invitation, as I mentioned, was received on August the 26th for my participation in that conference. Not only participation, but actually to chair the conference. The conference will convene under the theme, Charting New Frontiers to Advance Gender Equality in Developing Economies, 30 years post-Beijing Declaration. It is slated to bring together over 850 in-person participants from 39 African countries and more than 2,000 virtual attendees, including policymakers, academics, development partners, private sector leaders, and gender advocates. As I mentioned, I have been invited and requested to deliver the opening and closing declarations and guide the proceedings of this important international gathering of policymakers, academics, and global stakeholders. Members of Parliament, this document is registered on the IS 1368, and as I mentioned, the proposal is for this travel to be approved for the President of Parliament, accompanied by the Secretary General of Parliament, and the travel, of course, will be dependent on flight availability. Does any member require the floor on this topic? It does not appear to be the case, and thus this proposal is hereby approved. Members of Parliament, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of this meeting. If it seemed a little rush, it's because we also have a 10 o'clock public meeting of Parliament to close the parliamentary year. So I want to thank you for your attendance and participation in this meeting, and I hereby close this Central Committee meeting of Parliament. Meeting closed.